Hello everybody, this is Adam, and you're at the Hoosier Garage. We're going to do something a little bit different this time. We're going to do a toolbox tour, popular little video genre here on YouTube, and don't see it too much in our community, so I thought I'd try one out and see what y'all think.
You're watching the Hoosier Garage.
Alright, so what I have here is, we're going to do a toolbox tour, but we have kind of an odd combination here, as you can tell by the colors and the brands. But I'll get into that and why it's the way it is and what I might do in the future on that. But we'll just kind of discuss the main part first, and that's the actual toolbox. This blue toolbox is a Master Force. All right, you can get these through Menards. And I really like these compared to a lot of the other China brand boxes. And it is a China brand box. That's the one misfortune about it, in my opinion, personally. But there's some good things about this one. You can get them in these decent widths. I mean, the wide part's not really a big deal. You can get these much deeper nowadays. Some of the earlier ones I think are 18 or so deep. This one is about 24, I believe. It's a 56-inch wide. I believe they have a couple different configurations on the drawers. You can have the offset drawers. I kind of like the split in the middle here with the big drawer on the top. That was more my preference. And like probably you just saw here on the side, you have a power strip that also has a USB. I like that. Has the little switch and then your plug right there. A good handle on it. And then you have 4 of the locking casters on it. And then the 2 in the center for pivoting and spinning, I guess. I like these compared to some of the other ones, the way the drawers latch, and I'll show you what that is. You know, you can pull these straight out. There's no slide step thing in there to open it, but you just simply lift it, and then you have this little tooth here, and it'll just fall shut. And I really like that. It just feels sturdy, and I'd say it's a pretty good box. I mean, I'm not a professional by any means. I really like seeing these reviews that people do or toolbox tours where all the different brands, you know, and then the different sizes. Some of them are just absolutely beautiful and gigantic. But this is just pretty much stationary here in the shop. Obviously, we can rearrange things and move things around, and it'll withstand that. But I've been using this for about a year now. Really, really like it. It's been great. Now I will get into the hutch here. The hutch, it fits, you know, technically. It's not like a slip over and fit flush type deal, but it does fit. And I think it's about a 53-inch hutch. It is one of the special edition snap-on hutches. It's got the military combat green, and then the emblem is blacked out. Kind of a gloss and matte combination. And, you know, these retail for, I don't know, upwards to $3,000. And you're probably wondering, well, what are you doing with it? Well, I used to work at Snap-on, and this was actually a scratch and dent. And we had a little selection come in one time. And my dad loves World War II stuff, and the green really appealed to him. And he was going to build basically like a heavy-duty workbench, a rolling. Imagine this just being like wood 4x4 post and shelving under it, and we was going to put that on top of it because I bought it for him, and he was going to put it on there, but it just never worked out for me. The space that he has currently was not working out. But I did notice over time his a lot of his tool usage. He was needing a toolbox himself, so I bought him kind of a stack Husky that he really likes, and I said, if you just want to go ahead and take that, I'll take this, get it out of your way. And then I think he's much happier with the actual toolboxes that he has. So I went ahead and just ended up keeping this. So I only bought it for $100 because the back was pushed in a little bit. But from the front here, you do not see it. But it is a nice hutch. And it's got the hydraulic lid there. Got the stainless steel back. And yeah, you can do the latching. There's the holes for it. I've got the keys for it. It came with the little tray that you can put anywhere you want. It's got the Snap-on logos. Turn this little tote here, and it's it was all there, but it was a scratch and dent, so got a really good deal with it. And even got a lot of the hardware to put stuff together, like the wiring grommets and the little clips and things like that. And I just put a short LED light in there and clip it in there and went to town with it. I was happy with it. And keep a lot of my notes up here, just, our flashlights over here, just a little bit of money. We keep our Hoosier Garage stickers. And by the way, if you want a Hoosier Garage sticker, let me know. Email HoosierGarageYT@gmail.com and I'll be glad to send you 2 of them. But anyways, we just pen, paper. This is actually a plier rack, and I don't really care for it, so it became a pencil rack. Now, one thing I did do, I like this stuff. I didn't want to really just put it on top of the painted surface there. So this is like exercise mat. It's about 1/4 inch thick. It's really dense, kind of heavy. You can buy this at Home Depot or Lowe's in a big roll. And it's usually just called exercise or fitness mat. And I cut it to fit the whole top of this thing. You lay this guy on there, and if I wanted to, I could screw this thing down and it would lock it down real good. It came with screws to put it on there, so I really like the hutch. It's just nice having everything kind of in a cubby hole there. All right, so let's get into the box. And the first one we hit is this top wide drawer. And as in most cases, this is for wrenches, sockets, all the like, since a lot of the stuff sprawls out so much. So over here I have a lot of a 1/2 inch. I just have kind of an oddball conglomeration. Some of this stuff I carry in my toolbox in our van that we've rebuilt. And in almost all of our 3/8 drive stuff is in there. I would like to get a backup set to put in here, because who wants to do that transferring all the time? And I got just a metric set here. And then we have our whole various sets of gear wrench type deal. I know the gear wrench is a brand. So I have gear wrench here. And then these are Husky. I've got some standard Craftsman and some oddball, like a GM, and some nice larger ones here. I even got this really big engine 5/16 wrench. I got that when I worked at Snap-on along with these two, because they was looking to get rid of all their Snap-on tools. Oh, I'm sorry, they was looking to get rid of all of these tools so they can put Snap-on in there, because it was actually not originally a Snap-on company. It was Challenger Lifts. And so they just had whatever, and then they wanted to put Snap-on throughout the whole workstation. So these were just going to get tossed, so I got them. And over here we got some metric gear type wrenches, and then some regular like master hand. I think those and the Tactics were, I think the master hand was from like TSC, Farm and Fleet type of deal. And these are some Tectons, which I think they came from Meyer or whatever. So I don't do a lot of metric stuff. It's my own cars. That's what I have it for. And I have dealt with LS motor before, so I needed some of that stuff then. And I got some line wrenches right here, some adapters. We got some pry bars, which are Master Force. Those are pretty good bars. They are made in America. That's the good thing about those. Got some various sockets. Some of them are oddball that I've just picked up. People leave them behind. I've got them with cars. And I do have some Chrysler ball joint sockets, various sizes. Those are always good to have if you're taking any of this stuff apart, putting it back together. And then we got a little quarter inch drive kit. And then Big Daddy back there, which I've really never used, like a 3/4 drive breaker bar and a torque wrench for a half inch drive. And I just keep a lot of our little bits for either nut drivers, our battery screwdriver, stuff like that. Keep some of these guys around a Tecton. I think those were handy. Use those quite a bit. And that's kind of the summary of this top drawer. I know a lot of these people worry about how those go in. Of course, if you push it on a side, it's going to bind. Got a lot of weight in there. But really just push it in the middle, it'll latch up good. Probably the drawer I'm in almost the most, probably the second most. Screwdriver, nut driver, and scraper drawer. Also got Allen wrenches in here. I have a lot of the mini Snap-on sets. I got this one when I worked at Snap-on. They gave it as a gift for being involved in some of our improvement programs there. So just the basic red screwdriver, Phillips and flathead. And then I had bought these just to kind of go together. They, you know, they look cool in there, right? So got a nice torque set, and then we have a nice pick set, which I use these more than I thought I would. I bought them more just to match, and just to, yeah, I might need them now and then, but I use especially this one quite a bit. And so I kind of recommend a pick set. It may not have to be Snap-on, but I recommend getting a nice pick set. I've got this radiator seal puller. We found this under a conveyor years ago when I worked with my dad, and it must have came out of a package, so hopefully somebody didn't get screwed out of that one, because it'd come loose. Just a big Duralass, you know, AutoZone screwdriver I had to buy one time. We've got a magnet in here. It's a Craftsman. These screwdrivers are kind of my basic set right now. It's K-Tool. I think that, yeah, they're Taiwan. But they kind of feel like the old, maybe the old Mac tools. Kind of have that same feel to them. Got a Vermont American nut driver set. This is probably from the 80s. I bought this about a year ago. And it comes in handy. I don't really use the big ones or the very small ones. You're kind of using this section out here. So those are nice, and then you get to see what size they are here on this holder. And you can hang that on the wall if you want, but it works good here. We got our Allen wrenches, metric and standard. We've got a tire tool, Snap-on. Yeah, I got a junk screwdriver. This is just for if something I need to abuse it. There it is. A couple small ones, couple stubbies, scrapers, and trim pullers. And this is for just kind of the same thing as that one is. Just to beat on something with and use it as a pry tool. And we got this nice, I bought this one because I'm always needing scrapers for stuff. It's a Snap-on scraper set. The long one's not really a big use, the short one really is. And of course these things, this is the older style handle, but they feel great. Put your thumb right in there, and they got the little covers on them. And just keep them in the tray and it sets in here good. So that's our most colorful, probably the most organized part we have. And the drawer I am likely in the most is our pliers, hammer, files, a knife. It's a Milwaukee knife. And I don't know even where this came from. I found this, I think it was here in the shop. I don't know if somebody left it behind or what, but it's a Wiss little snippers. They are nice. Cut wires, cut some sheet metal, thinner sheet metal with it. And they got enough grip on them that they just hold. They don't want to slip on you. So I really like these, although I have no clue where they came from. But boy, do I use those. And just got some other stuff. Battery terminal cleaners. I got a hammerhead in case I get another handle or need to put one together. Mouse trap, never know. And then a PPG, a fiberglass windshield tool. That's kind of random there. And then just all the different pliers, electrical, and channel lock, stuff like that. So I'm in there quite a bit. Let's go over to this side. Now over here, we're going to be doing stuff like, tapping holes, or, cleaning threads, or doing some flaring of some brake or fuel line. I've got a helicoil kit. This is a metric helicoil kit. This is when I had the LS motor. This is for the aluminum heads where they like to strip out. So that's why I had to get that one. I got a Riptide set here. Dad gave me this because he used to work on stuff that needed bolts pulled, and so we got that one there. And then we got kind of a bolt remover kit there. Snap ring pliers and little attachments. We've got a nice hole puncher. This works great. Barry, who's stationed out in California, he's from Indiana, but he sent me this because he got it from Eastwood, I believe, and they sent him 2 of them. He wanted to send it back, and they wanted to charge him shipping. So he said, well, if I'm going to pay shipping to send it, I'll send it to somebody who could use it. So got that from Barry, so we really appreciate Barry doing that. Got some pipe taps. I think these are for the LS motor. I'm trying to think. I think we had to tap something different because the water hose outlets was going into, basically going to go directly into the control arm, the upper control arm, so I had to route something in a different direction. So I had to buy I think these two here, and this is for something else. And this is just an old, what's left of an old kit I had. This is my main kit now, but in case I need little pieces, there's that. And this down here, I think my dad bought this probably back in 1967. Him and my mom had not been married very long, and he got it, I think, in Indianapolis. And it's probably an overseas kit, but he's used it for years. I think we only had one of them that got ruined, but it's been great. And here's the actual sleeve that it came in. Here you can see the value, price. Yeah, it's a Taiwan deal, but it's held up really good for 50 some odd years. Just keep that there. Down here on this side, you can probably tell there's a lot of measurements. We got tape measures, different rulers. We got a framing square, smaller rulers. We got a small square, pop rivet gun. This is a priming rod for a small block Chrysler. I've got a big roll pin kit. I've got a key stock machine. What do you call that? Machinery keys, yeah. Same thing, pretty much. O-rings, bunch of grease fittings, keep some batteries here, chisel, punches, and one of these tools where you can get the shape of something. All right. Actually used that earlier today for something. And I just keep all the various tape measures in here. And over here we got a big bunch of fuel line. We've got a flush and fill, brake grease and stuff like that, chain link, kit, more of that there, got a tube cutter, doing oil changes. There's our wrenches, there's one of those. Those are quick disconnects for fuel injection and other items like that. And then some more brake bleeding parts there. I see the theme of that, with the exception of those guys. And here, got a lot of pneumatic stuff, so not all pneumatic, because over here we got a pulley puller installer kit, and then we got a Pitman tie rod puller. Got a couple of different versions in there. Steering wheel puller kit along with gear puller and balancer puller, stuff like that. And I've got a panel bond, one of those special guns. It's got the big side and the small side on it. That's handy when you got to do anything panel bond, especially new stuff. A couple impacts. We got a flange maker here. A couple oddball Chinese type tools. Air hammer, that's come in handy before. It's a little polisher. I got a lot of the tools to remove the bits. Some sandpaper for a polisher. Good little thing there. And I got this for just a little cheapy Stanley. So you can do stuff like, oh yeah, here's something. Do some body work type. Drag some stuff down. Yeah, I think I missed this one here. Yep. So over here we keep a lot of gasket stuff. We got a lot of tape, a couple other cutters, like these guys here. Just a random spot to put our pipe wrench. I keep a lot of X-Acto knives for fine jobs in here. And then, like I said, the tape, we got like duct tape and electrical. This is frog tape, I think, and then you got some thread tape, and then just some other oddballs. Got JB Quick and glass cutter. Roller for, I think that came in a kit for doing your Dynamat in your car. Got an old pinstriper that I bought for a couple bucks. And then some other gaskets. And just got the gasket material. And then we got some random overstock gaskets from projects, a lot of Chrysler stuff. So I just go ahead and leave them in here and they'll all be together. Over here we got some diagnostic stuff. So we got our van, our 72 van when we built it. It started out life in probably the first 50 years with points, and until I switched to electronic ignition, but works very well. It's an old Sun brand, probably from the 70s, and we'll keep it in case we get another vehicle that needs it. And there it'll be. Got a snap-on timing light. And then we also have, for our newer vehicles, have a little Bosch diagnostic tool there. Keep other little random things here too, like this is just a glove for when I've had sore hands, but just a good spot for it. Some lights that are wired for the van. There's some multi-testers here. They got an impact screwdriver set. It's one of them where you can hammer on them, and it bites into that real good. Got some feeler gauges, old school stuff. Either you need these or your friend needs them if they come over. So I keep a little collection of old ones. I don't throw those out because somebody's always needing one. Then we got a Haynes repair manual. I think, yeah, this came with a van we had picked up, so I just kept it. And I have an actual 73 model service manual. It's been helpful on a lot of specific stuff. This is just a bag for our shop vac. The string is leather string that I bought. I use it for various items, nothing really specific. I use them actually as holdbacks for the curtains in our van. So this pucks, all these pucks here are rear end or rear differential narrowing kit. You even have the locks. Most of this will be Chrysler 8 3/4, 8 1/4, Dana 60 type stuff. I actually did ours here a while back. Used to be for a large car, and I went down, I think, 2.5 inches on each side. And so this will fit our Duster that we're building. Those are hard to get in that original Duster size, so you kind of have to build your own nowadays. And over here we have a vacuum gauge, pretty old one there, works great though. Compression tester, kind of a cheapie. Got a test light, a remote starter, got a piston ring tool here. I haven't used that in years. And so there's that drawer, just a little bit of oddball, but mostly diagnostic stuff. Not much in this one. It's kind of a last resort, big stuff, big awkward stuff. So here we've got a door skin. They call it door skin, but it's really more of a dolly and hammer slapper bar kind of kit. I think that was a Harbor Freight item. Comes in handy, especially the blocks or the dollies. And down there, that's just a legacy pneumatic grease gun, or I think it's pneumatic. It's been a while since I've actually used it. It might be a battery one. This little hacksaw for various items, and we have a buffer and another sander slash buffer. Don't use them too much because they just don't, especially this one. It's not a dual action or anything, just an old one I've had for years. And lastly, keep a lot of our electric tools. They're accessories. And we keep a Napa hat in there in case we need a backup hat someday with a couple of masks for painting. I just keep those there in the filters for them. We just got a little screwdriver, a recip saw, saber saw, nice little sander, heat gun, some blades for the recip, and then our trusty angle grinder. Probably use this more than nearly anything that I own. And can't complain about Porter cable. That's been a pretty good brand for me there. And that's that. And if you're curious about this one up here, this is our friend Kent Benson. He signed a photo for us. He was a basketball player for Indiana, and he played in the NBA for, probably 10 years or so. Kent's a good guy, and he gave us that picture for some stuff that we helped him with. He helped us back, so consider him a friend. So this is pretty much it. Pretty simple. Just got one of the little towel holders there. And over on this side, I like to use some magnets, hang some belts, references, stuff like that. Nothing crazy, right? And then maybe, if you're all interested at some point, we will review our Durham boxes. Keep various Chrysler parts organized in here and always improving. And we even have the bolt bins with Chrysler stuff and a little bit of both in here. Mostly handy dandy stuff around either the shop or even we need some oddball nuts and bolts for something. So I hope you enjoyed it. This has just been a quick, well, not that quick now, I guess. It's been a while. We've been on here for about 20 minutes or so. So just a toolbox tour. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you like restoration of stuff like this is our shop van, 72 Dodge. And then over on the other side, can't really see it from here, but there's a 72 Duster over there. We're working on that. And we have some other projects as well. So if you like anything like that, make sure you check it out. Like, subscribe, and comment on the Hoosier Garage. Thanks for watching.